Hey guys, it's Nat, and today this video is brought to you by one of the winners of my giveaway, Specter. So, per the request, I'm going to be drawing the Queen in her chair from Deltarune, and the topic of today is going to be Deltarune's Chapter 2. I have a lot to say. I'll try to bullet the information to kind of keep my ideas clear. I'm just, going to be rambling a little bit, but I'm just, talking about what I liked. This is going to be your spoiler warning. I have finished both the normal and weird routes for Chapter 2, so I will be talking about them and maybe a little bit about Undertale, so just spoiler warning. Let's start with the characters. So, I've already loved the characters so far in Deltarune. Obviously, a lot of them are from Undertale, and, we all already love those characters, but even the new characters, like especially Susie and Lancer, are just delights. I love Susie. She's tough. She's, can kick the butt out of anyone, and I like her design a lot. Lancer is just adorable. He's like a little doughboy, and I just kind of want to pinch his little tummy. But we also got some new development on characters. We got a little more development on Birdley. We got to see not only just how unapologetically bratty the guy is, but we also got to see him, kind of think about his actions and open up a little bit as to why he behaves the way he does. And depending on the route, you even get to see him be a little more proactive, positively. So that was really good to see. Then there's all these new fighter enemies. Those cat people with the cords on their face, with all the cyber colors. The beatbox trio. I think Sweet Captain Cakes. They're really cute. I like that the abstract shapes still fall a lot in line with the first chapter, so it's nice that those initial inspiration designs, Toby was able to create a whole new character that kind of fits along with that, but still feels distinctly different. Speaking of new characters, the new secret boss Spamton, he was a lot of fun. He's really quirky. I like his iconic way of talking. Though you can fight me, because Jevil was still more difficult to beat. And that was without using the special cheat that you can in the Spamton fights. Also the Queen. She is the delight. I like that she's kind of misguided. She's not really a villain. She's just kind of... She wants the best for everyone, but she's a computer, so she doesn't understand human and monster emotions and needs. So I thought that was really interesting. And of course, her music and her laugh are all great. Next, the art direction. So something I've noticed a lot was the huge upgrade in quality from Undertale to Deltarune with the pixel art. It's more vibrant, the silhouettes of the characters are more clear, they're easier to understand, Locations are very diverse, they all feel very uniquely them, they don't feel like stock, they don't feel like kind of stock pixel art, just kind of boxed and fed together. So it kind of helps make the world feel larger. Undertale felt very small, it purposely felt small, but Deltarune feels large. And that city especially, you get a real sense for just how big it is because of how packed it is, and I was really glad that with all those car sprites on screen that there wasn't more lag issues there, because I did have a couple lag issues in, fights with Jevil and Spamton, because they have so many bullets going across the screen at a time. Sometimes it would kind of lag for me, and it was a little annoying, but it is what it is. But I do want to praise all the character designs. They're very lively, they're distinct, their silhouettes are clear, they have more expressions, and the fact that a lot of the characters have a light form and a dark form is just, I know that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, but they did it so well, and I love it. I love the creativity bursting out through the whole game, basically. Now the plot. This is your last chance for a spoiler warning. Let's start with the normal route. I really, really enjoyed getting a chance to hang out more with the main crew. It kind of gave me some new questions, though. I realize, why can Ralsei enter and leave Dark Worlds on a dime where everyone else kind of, turned to stone? But I'm sure I'm not the only one who's asked that. But also, like, how is he able to find you so easily? And just, I have questions about that, but, I'll leave that to theorizing, and I'm not going to get into that. Plot. Um, Seeing Noelle in the Dark World was a real treat. Her white robes are precious, and I like that we got kind of more of a fleshed out story between her and Chris and how they grew up together. In general, it's kind of nice to just learn more about Chris as their own character. Um, a lot of like silent protagonists kind of don't have a lot of stories so you can fill yourself in, but it's very clear that Chris does have their own story. Like, they're intended to be their own person, which is why you're kind of in confrontation with them. But I like that they cause trouble, and it kind of makes sense why they would befriend someone like Susie so easily when given the chance, Rousey still isn't doing much for me. He's a cute kid, but that's kind of all he is. He's just kind of cute and clingy. And I hate to say it, but it's a little uncomfortable how he almost seems to have a crush on Chris, and that you can lean into that ship. I don't know. Rousey feels like a stand-in for Azrael, and I don't like the implications of that, but I'm not against it. I don't care if somebody else ships it. It's just not for me. Personally, I leaned into the Chris-Susie ship anytime the dialogue options came up, and that was adorable. Also, I loved how at the end you got to like walk with her. Instead of running around town by yourself, she followed you around, and I don't know if you can only get this if you ignore Onion Chan, or if you accidentally tell Onion Chan you don't want to be friends. But if you go to the lake or riverside there, and you stand for a couple minutes, you and Susie, well, Chris and Susie, can sit down on the edge there and just enjoy the breeze, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of Napstablook and laying on the floor, and it becomes a cosmic sense landscape. It kind of reminded me of that. Not quite as spacey, but it had a similar feel to it, which it was nice. It was really cute. And I'm excited for seeing what happens in Chapter 3. Apparently, we're going to be inside the house now, and I wonder what Toriel's Dark World outfit is going to look like. That's going to be real fun to say. Now the thing no one likes to talk about, or they love to talk, it depends on you, but the thing I'm not looking forward, the weird route. Big old yikes. I feel worse having played that than I did the genocide route. I think a lot of it has to do with the implications. In the genocide route, you are acting as yourself while murdering all those characters you love, but it's just you doing the murdering. In Snowgrave, you're not the one doing the murdering. You are literally forcing characters who are very uncomfortable to follow along with you and do it for you. When you're sitting there and you're telling Noelle over and over, get it, get it, get it, get it, and just demanding her to like forcibly take that ring, it felt really awful. It felt almost abusive, like you're the controlling mother that she deals with in the real world, I didn't like that. And the fact that she's such a pushover and she's going along with it, and she literally has to justify it in her own mind to make herself feel okay about it. Like, you can slowly see how she's almost brainwashing herself with how she justifies her actions, and it's just a hard pill to swallow. But, I somehow managed to get through it, after failing twice, because it's so easy to fail Snowgrave. I had to redo it a couple times, but I managed. Berdley was a real champ, though. He set aside his ego and stuck up for Noelle to help her, and I hope he's not dead. Like, why did no one check his pulse? That would be the least you could do, you know, just check his pulse, but you just leave us on that cliffhanger. It looks like he's not awake. Thanks, Toby. Anyway, overall, I did really love the chapter. It was longer than chapter 1. It had a lot of funny moments and some really emotional ones. And, you know, I can't wait to see what happens in the next one. So, I almost wonder with the diverging paths there. You know, Toby said that no matter what choices you make during the game is going to have the same ending, and I'm just wondering how that's going to happen. You know, Toby's crafty. He's crafty. I know he can do it. I just don't know how. Anyway, I'm really inspired by his games and by the music and the stories, and you know, I almost wish I had gotten into the game sooner so I could have like lived with them for a while, you know. But you know, it is what it is. I'm here now. Anyway, that was enough of me gushing over Deltarune. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you liked this picture. Thanks again, Specter, for the request. Peace!